Hey guys, okay, so today I'm going to be doing my movie review of Avengers Age of Ultron. So this movie I've been waiting for a long time, just like everyone else has. I saw it last night with a couple friends, and I could not be more happy. We waited, the last one came out in 2012, and so I was very much anticipating this movie. It definitely is the movie I feel like to kick off the summer movie season, which is a great action-packed flick. Okay, so in this movie, it's directed by Joss Whedon, and he directed Avengers, and we're getting a new director for the next Avengers movie. So I'm really excited. So I really don't have any cons for this movie. This movie was just spectacular. It was amazing. It was even better than the first one, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I just really enjoyed this movie. Okay, so obviously some highlights. I have a list so I don't forget anything because there's so many awesome things. Okay, let's start off with the new cast members. So Quicksilver is being played by Aaron Taylor-Johnson, and Scarlet Witch is being played by Elizabeth Olsen. I really loved their chemistry that they had together. I love their characters. Quicksilver has intense speed, and Scarlet Witch has like mind manipulation, and she has awesome powers. Like she can basically like destroy things just with her hands. It's just really cool. I really like the relationship because they come from a tragic backstory. Their parents were killed, and they were the only survivors. They were taken in by Hydra, and basically, you know, they were experimented upon, and they were the only ones to survive because they are strong individuals. They are twins, so I love their bond that they had for each other, how they were there for each other. They didn't want to leave each other. I thought that was really sweet and really awesome. But I also feel like they kind of figured out their own way. Obviously this review is going to have spoilers, just a fair warning. So obviously when they go to the Korean place where that lady is the scientist and she's helping the Avengers, you know, after Scarlet Witch kind of sees through sees through the new Ultron's mind, she sees, you know, total destruction and annihilation of all the humans, everybody else. And Scarlet Witch says, I don't want this. Or she says, like, this is not what I pictured or imagined. So obviously, just seeing them fight back against Ultron and fight back against him and for the Avengers, which is so cool to see their evolution from kind of villains where they're messing with the Avengers' minds in the beginning of the film. I love those flashback scenes. More about that later. I really enjoyed that. So I love their character development. I loved how they were there for each other. I felt like they were well developed and they weren't just kind of shoved in there and then like there was no backstory, there was no story. Their character arcs were awesome. I thought they did a really good job acting as well, and their chemistry was awesome. Okay, so I also really loved Vision. Vision was so freaking awesome. We don't get to see Vision until probably, I would say, more than halfway through the movie, but he was awesome. Vision just blew my mind away. He's played by Paul Bettany, and I loved him. He had the perfect, you know, sense of right and wrong, but also he was just awesome in his own way. Like, he helped the Avengers out. He was like a team player, which was awesome. I felt like he fit in really well with the Avengers cast, and I really liked Paul Bettany's portrayal, and I cannot wait to see more of Vision. Definitely one of my favorite superheroes now. Obviously, you know, Thor, Captain America are up there, but Paul Bettany's a close third. Okay, so one thing that I loved was that even though this film was very dark, it still had its comedic moments. Like, I love the scene in the beginning where they're having a party and they each try to pick up Thor's hammer. I thought that was hilarious, you know, and like whenever they ask Black Widow, you know, she's just kind of suavely sitting back saying, oh no, I don't need that question answered. Thought that was really funny. And I also thought it was funny seeing Thor's face whenever Captain America like tried to pick up the hammer and he almost did, and Thor's face was like, he was kind of freaked out a little bit, and then, you know, Captain America couldn't, so it was like, I also thought it was cool that that Vision was able to pick up the hammer. Thought that was really awesome, really exciting, really cool, and unique. So I love those moments. I love the banter, you know, just when they're fighting between all the guys, and Scarlett Johansson's character says, Black Widow, she's like, I'm always picking up after you boys. Thought that was hilarious just because she's included as part of the team. I think it's really important when we have a lot of female action heroes that it's okay to be tough and strong and still be a female and still have your emotions and not portrayed as weak. I love that about her character. I'm really happy that was portrayed. So yeah, I just loved their banter. I loved Chris Evans. I loved Captain America and Thor's banter. I thought that was hilarious. I love them together. Definitely Captain America is my second favorite superhero. So I just love them together. Whenever you see them in interviews, they're hilarious. I love the kind of banter between Hulk and Iron Man. I'm not a big fan of either of them, but I thought it was interesting. Okay, so the action sequences. The action sequences were so cool. Just the visuals were awesome. The action sequences were so exciting. Sometimes I feel like some movies have like too much action, kind of like Man of Steel. That was its downfall. It just had too much action. This movie, I didn't feel that way at all because it was paced accordingly. It wasn't shaky cam, so I didn't get like sick or I didn't feel motion sick. I just loved it. The scene in the beginning at the Hydra headquarters, the scene where they're fighting Ultron at the Russian town, the scene where the town's basically being lifted up by Ultron's machine. And they're fighting, to save all these people. I thought that was just really cool. All the Quicksilver scenes were awesome. Obviously Thor swinging his hammer and showing Vision, it's all in the swing was super awesome. I love Thor and I love Chris Hemsworth, so I really loved his scenes. I just really loved all the action scenes. They were top notch. They were exciting. They were exhilarating. And I literally could not take my eyes off this film. It was so great. Okay, one more thing that I want to wrap up with is I love the Black Widow and Hulk relationship. Black Widow has been paired with Captain America. She's been paired with paired with Captain America. And so to see her being paired with the Hulk was really interesting because they both kind of understand each other on a similar level just because, Black Widow, yes, she's strong, but she's been through a traumatic past. She's been sterilized and whenever she's talking to the Hulk, and, she's just saying, hey, I can never have children. And the Hulk says, I can't either. It was kind of a really cool moment for them to bond over. And I loved how she basically does this lullaby routine to basically calm him down, they basically touch hands. And I thought that was just really cool. I love their relationship. Definitely the end, so depressing. But it was so cool. And I loved how the movie ended with Thanos. And, him saying, I'm going to get the job done. This movie was just overall awesome. It wasn't too long, at 2 hours and 21 minutes. This movie is definitely well worth the money, and I'm definitely going to be seeing this movie again and again this summer. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know your comments and thoughts. Bye, guys.